This was another picture that I drew with no intention. And it's interesting again because it's so different to the one that I shared the other day that ended up being like a scary looking half a face character. So even with no intention, something different comes through each time. So the main thing that my eye is drawn to at the top is this sort of, to me, is some sort of bird, sort of this blue, yellow and red. I'm not quite sure what bird that would relate to, but you know, it looks nice. There's what looks like a tick symbol almost making up part of its body, and then this half a bread bun here making up a wing, which I previously talked about being representing tea or the feminine. And then it's almost joined together with what looks a bit like a ladder to this bottom half, a bit like an hourglass, these two. And this one looks a bit to me like almost like an owl that's had its face a bit squashed. And again, it's this thing of the right eye missing, but this time there is like what looks like a bit like a crook or staff there. There is something else here, but I'm not quite sure what I would call that. Then over on the right hand side, there's like half an E sort of, you know, hidden in like a little window. And then if I turn that slightly, there is a hare or a rabbit, I think that is, and it's got this sort of like symbol that comes up a lot, which is like a vase or something, just slightly above its head. Whereas the water part I've talked before represents the goddess Nu, which I think that's a representation of that. There's what looks like another bird over here. It looks more like a duck. And then down here again, the letter A, and again here, whether that represents alpha, I'm not sure. And then this, what looks like a backwards P, which when I looked it up this morning, you see them in Word, the backwards P, for like a new line, new paragraph type of idea. So it could be in a new chapter. So it could be symbolic of that, this idea of a new chapter. And what else did I see that saw that? Yes, there's an arrow going this way, as if this idea of turning. There's possibly like a lily pad or leaf here, and it has what looks like a love heart inside. And then this sort of character here, which looks a bit like a bull, but like on a sled. I'm not quite sure what that is, but that's kind of what I thought it looked a bit like. And something here with feathers, but I'm not quite sure what that is. So I really like this one, and I hope you do too. Please like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll share more, but because I'm doing my PhD work, it's sort of not coming through as fast as it was in the summer. Thank you.